Hi, readers. Welcome to Goddess Garden. So glad that you could join me. This is where we talk about our love of books. We talk about the novels that we find here, regardless of the genre, the world that it takes us to, strangeness. This is a safe place to talk about books. So I'm glad that you are here for your book club meeting, and we have some great stuff in store for you. So let's get to our read out loud mantra. From basement dungeons to other worlds, I will read everything that I think is a little bit interesting and a little bit wild, and I will bring it here so that we can talk about it. So hopefully we're here to have a good time and enjoy some good books. I believe that the path that we're all on dictates that there is something out there for everybody. So if you haven't found your good book yet, keep looking. There's something for everyone. Now, we're going to delve into what we found today. And today, I'm going to open my Kindle. I forgot where I put it. Hold on. Yeah, like I'm supposed to be super ready for this meeting. It's been a day. So, without further ado, I'm going to give you a picture of this book, and then we're going to go from there. Give me a quick second to type it in. See. Yes. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you Vicious. This is by Savannah Peachwood. I'm sorry, it's narrated by Savannah Peachwood. It's by L.J. Shen. And also, Christian Rummel is a narrator as well in this book. This is adult entertainment, explicit language, and there are three partial and three fully explicit adult scenes. So, this is a very mature book. It was released in 2016. It's 339 pages, and it's written from the character's point of view, Amelia LeBlanc. Um, she's been nicknamed Help by the main character, Vicious, who's also Baron Vicious Spencer. He's part of what's known as the Hot Holes, which is a very elite group of people that inhabit this high school, because this is where this romance starts. It starts in high school, but it does span much further than that. That's just where this all starts. It's also in the city of Todos Santos, an exclusive San Diego community. And the name of the school is All Saints High School. Now, the basic synopsis of this book is Emily LeBlanc, the Help, as he has entitled her, is off limits to everyone, but Vicious has not claimed her. He's just isolated her. This becomes a problem with one of his best friends, because one of his best friends is kind of feeling Amelia. She's a nice person. What they all know, and what this friend sort of negates, is how Vicious isolating her and why. Um, you have to understand that this is an extremely tormented character. Vicious has been tormented from his childhood, and he makes a lot of mistakes. He makes mistakes because of things done to him and things done by him. Amelia chooses to look at the reality of Vicious, but not negating how she feels about him, how she envisions that there's a better person inside. She really does try to see the best of this person. And this book has great moments, but there are great pains in these great moments as these two people try to grow together. And you really see this character develop, um, and they grow through this feeling of fear and abandonment and rage, which is Vicious' character. For Amelia, it's the manipulation and the bullying that she has to almost flee from because it gets so overwhelming. I want to share with you one of my favorite quotes of the book, and this is from Amelia. She said, "I used to think of you as a villain, but you're not my villain. You're your own villain." And that says it all about how good this book is. And I have to be honest with you, I probably read this book easily 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times. It has excerpts, it has this emotion that just really makes me appreciate how well developed these characters are. It makes me appreciate the way that they are written, the way LJ Shen brings forth Amelia, despite the pain she goes through, despite having so much heaped upon her. She's one of the most resilient female characters I've ever read in a book. And so, if you're looking for a strong female character, I highly recommend this book. Um, but as always, like most romance novels, and this is a romance novel, this has a happily ever after. So be prepared that it's going to end in a way that is palatable, but it is a part of a series. And the series definitely lends more light as the character Amelia grows, but in a very minute way. She is mentioned, but she's not the most prominent character in the future books. They all focus on individuals that are members of the hot holes and how they develop as men and handle their own personal challenges. I did read all 4 books in the series, but Vicious is the standout. And because it's a standalone, I would say you don't have to read the others unless you're curious about the things that go on. But it can get a little repetitive. Um, so I stuck with the first book, even though I own all 4. That's the one I go back to, and that's the one we're here to recommend and talk about. My rating for this book, of course, is an Ovations 5. We have our rating system here, and we always make sure that we refer to that because this book deserves an ovation. Overcoming your basic fears and being able to accept that despite being near flawed human beings and accepting their flaws, you can truly be your best self in the eyes of someone. There's value out there. And this character really does bring that home. So I'm going to bookmark this chapter. We're going to definitely close out. And remember, there's a lot of books out there. So when we return, we're going to return with what can be found. So let's go ahead and close here. I hope you have a great week ahead of you, and I hope you have a good book that you're going to read over and over again. Have a great day.